Hamilton and Mercedes have had unprecedented Formula One success, with Hamilton winning 6 of his 7 world titles with the Silver Arrows during their 8-year string of Constructors Championship triumphs from 2014 to 2021. However, the relationship is nearing its conclusion. This has caused tensions to rise. What secrets could he take to Ferrari, and should he still be present for all meetings? So, as Hamilton prepares to join Mercedes' main rival, Ferrari, Sky F1 analyst Martin Brundle questioned Hamilton whether he is concerned about becoming an outsider in the next months, as Mercedes focuses on 2025 performance specifics that Hamilton will not want to bring with him to Ferrari. Hamilton, on the other hand, dismissed that premise, claiming that neither side had suppressed any material. "I don't think so," Hamilton said to Brundle. "I mean, so far, I have been really hands-on and very much involved in the development of this car. I think that's the only way we can work this year. I've not kept anything from them, and they haven't kept anything from me. I want the team to succeed, even when I'm not here. I think with the success we've had just recently, I'm a part of that, and I feel really grateful and proud to be a part of that." Hamilton won his first Mercedes race in 2.5 years in the 2024 British Grand Prix, taking the checkered flag for the record 9th time at Silverstone. He went into the summer vacation after winning the Belgian Grand Prix. However, Hamilton admits that competing against Mercedes at Ferrari starting next year will feel really strange. "Naturally, I think everything's going to feel alien because I've been with Mercedes for so long," he said. "So it'll be really strange." With 10 rounds remaining in the F1 2024 season, Hamilton is in 6th place in the Drivers' Championship, 127 points behind Red Bull's Max Verstappen, while Mercedes is 4th in the Constructors' standings, 142 points behind Red Bull. It will be interesting to see what Hamilton will be able to accomplish in those last 10 races. What do you think? Could he or Mercedes still fight for any of the championships? With Hamilton's Ferrari move around the corner, the big question came up. Is Ferrari ready for a driver like Hamilton? And what can they do to go back to winning ways? One of the biggest scoops of the season has been the teased signing of Adrian Newey at the Scuderia, and Guenther Steiner has shed some more light on this. He considers Ferrari a very unlikely move. Formula One design genius Newey, whose innovations have resulted in 25 world championships, will become a free agent early in 2025 after formally leaving Red Bull. Initially, it appeared that he was headed for Ferrari, but renowned Italian daily Autosprint claims that Newey has secured a $100 million contract to join Aston Martin. While former Haas team manager Steiner cannot tell for definite what the future holds, for Newey, he feels a transfer to Ferrari is very unlikely. However, based on his comments on the project under billionaire owner Lawrence Stroll, Aston Martin looks to be a team that Steiner could see Newey joining. "Adrian is a genius at designing F1 cars," Steiner said. "I don't think he's going to Ferrari, but what do I know? I think he doesn't know himself where he's going next. Just because everyone thought he was going to Ferrari doesn't mean he will. Obviously, he's looking around at what he wants to do next. Maybe the reason for his decision will be because he doesn't want to go to Italy, or he's got an offer from Aston Martin that he cannot refuse. I don't know if he has made his mind up, because it's really nice if everyone wants you. You don't have to be in a rush to make a decision, so I don't really know where he's going. But I think him going to Ferrari is very unlikely at the moment. They are building up a team with people already, so they have a plan in place, and maybe there were promises made to people and Adrian wouldn't fit. I'm not saying definitely he's not going, I just don't think he's going there. I think he's taking a break, and then obviously Aston Martin are investing a lot of money in their F1 team and employing a lot of people. They've just announced Andy Cowell, ex-Mercedes engine chief, is going there to replace Martin Whitmarsh. So there are a lot of things going on there, and maybe he wants to join a team that invests the most in it. But Adrian has nothing to prove to anybody. He just thinks about, where is the best for me? Where gives me the best future? I think, for sure, if Adrian goes to Aston Martin, he will be working on the 2026 car, because the 2025 car is maybe too late for him to start on it anyway. F1 2026 will see the introduction of new chassis and power unit rules, but next year, Lewis Hamilton will make his big transfer to Ferrari, and he has previously indicated a desire to eventually work with Newey in Formula One there. If Steiner's opinions on Newey to Ferrari are correct, Hamilton will not get his desire. When asked by the media before of the Miami Grand Prix how much he wanted Newey to join him at Ferrari, Hamilton said, "Very much. Adrian's got such a great history, track record, and has just done an amazing job through his career in engaging with teams and the knowledge that he has, and I think he would be an amazing addition. I think they've already got a great team. They're already making huge progress, strides forwards. Their car is quicker this year, but yeah, it would be a privilege to work with him. If I was to do a list of people that I'd love to work with, he would absolutely be at the top of it." It remains to be seen where Newey ends up, if he decides to go on in the first place. Hamilton has also shed his light on how important Newey is for a team, as Red Bull's downfall is more than noticeable. Add this to Sergio Perez's current form, and Lewis Hamilton feels McLaren has a good chance of challenging Red Bull for the title. Red Bull's outright performance relative to its competitors has slowed in the second quarter of the season, with even Max Verstappen failing to win races. With his most recent victory coming at the Spanish Grand Prix, the Dutch driver has been beaten to the top place in the 4 races since. While Verstappen has been kept from standing on the top step of the podium, the current world champion is faring far better than Sergio Perez. Perez's contributions to Red Bull's points total have therefore been marginal recently, allowing McLaren to cut the gap to only 42 points in the Constructors Championship, while Lando Norris trails Verstappen by 78 points in the Drivers' Championship. Norris and Oscar Piastri have both won their first Grand Prix this year and are regular podium finishers, as the MCL38 appears to be the most versatile F1 car on the grid, and Hamilton believes the duo can pose a threat to the hamstrung Red Bull team unless Perez returns to scoring regularly. "I don't know," he remarked when questioned about McLaren's prospects against Red Bull, especially given Norris's 78-point deficit. "I mean, it's been a minute since I was fighting for the championship. But I think there was a time I was here where I was 40 or something points behind. 70 is a big number when you're against a car that has probably very close to a 100% record. It may have dropped down slightly in one of the races when Max's engine stopped in Australia. But otherwise, they're a very highly performing team. So I mean, it is not impossible, but it is a huge, challenging task, but absolutely not impossible. They've got 2 very strong drivers that are able to compete against, ultimately currently in the championship. One car that's really up there, doing a lot of the points scoring on the other side. So they've got something they can work with there, for sure. What do you think? Can McLaren challenge Red Bull? And what about Mercedes? They seem to have found their silver bullet after all. Could they pose a threat to the championship this year? And lastly, is Hamilton regretting the move to Ferrari? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.